Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are tuning in from. Welcome to today's Powerboost. And so, our topic today, what I'd like for you to be thinking about and making sure that you are ready for, is the unexpected. We are in very challenging times. And so our topic today is to expect the unexpected. Because as you set out today and every day, more than likely, all of the occurrences might not be what you were expecting. And so we ought to be prepared for that. And so what will be the way to always not find ourselves flustered and not as prepared as we would want to be is to be flexible. And that flexibility is especially is with regard to whatever intentions you had that may have been thwarted, or whatever expectations you had that because of the unexpected they're not fulfilled, sometimes leaves you very out of sorts. And so we want to avoid that, because these are the times that we're in. And so one way to do that is to, whenever these things occur that are likely to throw you off balance, you really want to ask yourself, what's good about this? What is good about this situation? And of course, that immediately changes your being at effect, and you start to make the kinds of adjustments that would allow you to, regardless of the outcome, be able to manage your affairs without feeling that you are somehow not able to be in control, because that is what the unexpected does. It can take the control away from you. However, once you are flexible and you can begin to manage how you are responding to it, then that changes it to where you are remaining at cause, which is where you want to be, that we remind you of all the time. And so the good in every situation, you sometimes have to look for. And it may not show up immediately. It may be something that you have to engage yourself in. But again, it is because you are engaging yourself in the situation, and you're not feeling victimized. That's where the power lies. The power lies is in not being victim. Because if you are flexible, and when you are flexible, that is a power in and of itself, because it allows you then to have whatever the unexpected, whatever that alters in the outcome that you were anticipating or that you had planned, you are then able to find the benefit in what's occurring because you start to look for it. And so that's why it's a very good question to ask. What's good about this? Instead of the opposite and indulging in what you might by default and the kind of negative conditioning that we have, start to see what's wrong with it. Because remember, there are really no accidents. Everything that's occurring is a function of what the past has brought about in the present. And even though we are not prepared for it because we were not thinking in that three-dimensional way, we find ourselves not empowered. And of course, what we're doing with these sessions is empowering you. So being flexible is a source of power. And also appreciating that you have the choice of how you're going to relate to any situation is very, very empowering. And so whatever your plans may be that were interrupted, you, I'm sure, have heard it says that opportunity comes in disguise, especially in the disguise of a crisis. Many crises, and all of them, can be and are opportunities in disguise. And so this flexibility that we're talking about allows you to immediately start looking to see what the opportunity is in whatever crisis or whatever sudden situation you may find yourself in today and every day in these times that we're in. And of course, you're always going within. And it is within that you will find that calmness that you need to bring your best thinking to the situation, to bring your best intellect to the situation. So you have to remove all of the negative thoughts and memory of the kind of conditioning that we have been accustomed to, and put forth your best intellect, and that will guide you. And most important of all, it will allow you to move on from it, because of course the incident, whatever even if you see it as an emergency or a crisis, it's moving you away from maybe what you had planned for the rest of the day, or depending on what the situation is. And more often than not, the change that you would be able to see, the opportunity that you'll be able to discern, will make for a better outcome. Even if it may not be in the short run, it can be in the long run, even if and when the outcome may not be what you initially would desire or intend, because you will remain the source of, the source of it all. You get to be the change agent that you are every moment, and it keeps you present, keeps you in every moment, and especially in those unexpected ones. So as you continue with your efforts towards being introverted, towards being calm, towards being in control, and towards generating the kinds of activity around you that allows you always to be able to take responsibility for what's happening, everything will be in your favor. And you will always have that sense of control and be able to emerge those powers. And being flexible is an essential one. And you have to be willing to bring that to the fore whenever it's needed. And especially in these times, you might be needing that more often. So make that your watchword today. Make that your modus operandi so that as you go through the day, you're able then to be that oasis of peace and calm in the face of whatever might be occurring outside. You will have that control and that switch that you can turn on inside to make sure that your response is not one of panic, but one of responsibility and one of assertiveness and one of power. So keep these thoughts in mind and have that be your internal state, your meditative state, your winning state. And as we may have said before, even if you don't and can't see it as something that you could say allowed you to see it as a win, it is always something that you can also learn from. So remind yourself that it's either win or learn, and that will be your guideposts as you continue on with your life's activities and managing your day and your time. Remember, you are a powerful soul. You are full of power. Om Shanti.